Hello and welcome to CRUX Investor. We're here today with Amanda van Dyke. She runs South River Asset Management, one of the best performing natural resource funds here in the UK. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon, Matthew.
So Amanda, you're going to tell us a little bit about Resolute Mining.
Yes. Resolute is a really old mining company. They started 28 years ago in Australia, and like many of the companies that I watch, they have an old story that's potentially a little misunderstood by the market, but they have a new story as well that, should it and when it hopefully becomes properly understood, will make it very interesting. Resolute's been around for 28 years, and it's gone through a bunch of mines. One of its mines is still in production, kind of at the end of its mine life in Australia, Ravenswood. But they also have two other mines in West Africa, and they've had many mines over their 28-year history.
And these are producing mines?
Yes.
Okay, right.
So they're already significant producers, but they're building a mine in West Africa called Syama, which is an underground part of an older mine.
Right.
And finding that new extension, the new extension to this, what was once a very good and large open pit mine, but finding an underground extension, and they are building, and I believe going to be commissioning somewhere towards the end of this year, the first fully automatic sublevel cave in the world.
Right.
So it is state-of-the-art mining stuff, and it's going to add hundreds of thousands of ounces to their production profile.
Economic ounces.
Very economic
Right.
ounces, like in the bottom half of the cost curve.
Okay.
Which is great for an underground mine. And it's going to add another sort of 20 years probably to their mining life profile. So it's definitely going to help them break out. They've also got Bibiani, which is an older mine, also perhaps not as exciting, but they have a new plan for restarting it that is going to lead to more economic ounces for at least another 10 or 20 years.
Is that what these guys are known for? I know they've been around for a while, but are they going into old mines and getting them going again?
No.
What's their
They've
thing?
been known for building and producing, being older producers. 28-year history, they have gone through a lot of mines. They've bought properties, sold properties. I don't think that the market truly understands what the new Resolute looks like. One of the interesting things that they started doing again recently is, because they've got such a large production profile and a decent cash position, and they fully paid for all of this stuff, they have also instituted a dividend for the first time.
Right.
So they're returning some of that cash to shareholders.
So tell us a little bit about the new Resolute versus the old Resolute. What does that look like?
The old Resolute produced in a different era. I mean, 28 years ago was a different era. 10 years ago in mining was a different era. They have a whole new management team. They have new assets, and they've interpreted those assets in a different way. They also have strategic positions in at least 10 different, largely West African mining companies, and they'll probably do some acquisitions because they are in a good cash position and they do have such a good production profile. So I think the new Resolute is going to be new mines that are operated very differently than the old Resolute.
And they've got enough cash to develop that plan?
Yes, they're well cashed up, and they've got a great financial history.
Right, so there's no need for them to go back to market and raise capital unless they're acquiring something quite large and significant. But that's not likely.
Look, I never want to say no, they'll never raise money again. In order to execute their present plans, I don't think they have any need to go back to market. They might acquire something. They definitely own little pieces of a lot of things, and they might acquire one of those things. I'm not sure which or when, and one or more of those things may or may not require a raise, but they do have more than enough cash for their purposes, and probably at least one more mine restart or extension in their future.
So this management team is African focused generally. That's their expertise and background, skill set. That's where they're looking, or are they looking further afield?
I think they've pretty much focused on West Africa.
Right. It's a highly competitive environment.
Very competitive environment, but on the other hand, there's not a lot of teams. It's one thing to be in West Africa, and there's got to be hundreds of companies looking for or producing small amounts of gold. But having a history of producing economically in Africa, that's a different story. And there's a small number of guys that I know of that can do that efficiently and well, like 10.
Okay. Well, it sounds like definitely one to watch. We look forward to hearing more about them maybe later this year, perhaps even meeting the team, I guess, at some point would be something we should try and do.
I think they'll be in London a lot more often. I've heard rumors that they might be considering a dual listing here.
Okay, worth looking out for. Okay, appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching our video. We do aim to give you informed and intelligent information with which to make your investment decisions. So if you liked what you just saw, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more insightful, in-depth, honest and unbiased interviews, then please click the subscribe button. So thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.